Good morning, world. It is Wednesday, October 20th, 2021, and another beautiful morning this morning. Blue skies, clear skies. Cool, not quite as cold as it was on Monday. It was 47 this morning, so very pleasant day. And I think we're looking at a chance of rain tomorrow on Thursday. Today, the devotion is entitled Lucky You, written by Quinn Caldwell. Quinn bases the devotion upon Joel chapter 2, excerpts from that chapter. Excuse me. New Revised Standard Version. Like a shadow spread upon the mountains, a great and powerful army comes. Fire devours in front of them, and behind them a flame burns. Before them the land is like the Garden of Eden, but after them a desolate wilderness. Before them all peoples are in anguish. And Quinn writes, Joel put a lot of work into his poetic descriptions of the devastation armies effect. And I'm betting you were bored before you got halfway through. Lucky you if you can't relate. Lucky you to be in the minority. The majority of people throughout the majority of the world and a majority of history have lived with this sort of threat hanging over them, or lived with somebody who could tell them exactly what it was like. Not just in history. You may know how it is to have the shadow of armies blotting out the noonday sun. Or you may not know how it is to have the shadow of armies blotting out the noonday sun, but plenty of people alive do. You may never have seen enemy soldiers running along the rooftops of your city, climbing in windows and doors, but lots of others have. You may never have witnessed the look on the faces of those who see the army coming and know there's no way to escape, but many have. Foreign armies, civil wars, racial violence, police states. Lucky you if you've never experienced them. Lucky you if you have the luxury of wandering attention when people describe their effects. And if you have such luck, what's it for? What are the lucky supposed to do with their good fortune? Does it have a purpose? If it doesn't have a purpose yet, should you give it one? It may be most important of all. Can the luck be shared? In Quinn's prayer. Help me know what to do. Amen. Now, this devotion brings up a lot of thoughts into my head, and one of which is that for the most part, if you're like me, white, middle class, upper middle class, we don't know anything about this sort of violence and live actually a life of privilege to not have to worry about soldiers or the police breaking in our door and the violence that exists. And so I think in this devotion, especially as Quinn shared at the end, maybe most important of all, can our luck be shared? I think those of us who have the privilege of living lives of relative safety and security should do what we can to ensure that that safety and security is something that people all around the world, even in our own country, have an opportunity to live and to exist. Because that, my friends, is doing the work of bringing God's kingdom in heaven to earth, or as it is in heaven. And I think that's part of the role of what we are called to do if we are truly going to be followers of Christ, to live lives of peace and to work for peace throughout the world, especially in those areas where there is no peace. Hope you have a good day. I will talk to you again on Thursday tomorrow.